All right, welcome today to today's live. I'm going to talk to you today especially if you're a woman in leadership, although if you're a man, you can also listen as well, of course. But if you are a woman in leadership and you're doing all of the hard work, you're holding it all together and you're still not being seen as that next logical next step, then this conversation, this video today is all for you because I want to help you move from being the one that is doing it all, but you're not being seen as that next step for promotion. And I'll be honest, it's not your results. It's not your achievements because this is something that I hear so often. It's like, I don't know what else I need to do or need to achieve in order for my leaders, for my management, for the executives to see me as leadership potential. So today I'm going to walk you through the game plan that smart women leaders are using right now to position themselves already for the round of promotions that are coming up. That generally in a lot of companies, those conversations are starting in September, October. And if you're waiting until after the summer holidays, you're already too late because you're going to end up being overlooked again. If this is the first time you're joining, welcome. I am Kim Rijmakers, and I am a executive leadership coach and strategist. And I have helped over 100 plus women leaders over the past few years work through how to lead with more ease, how to secure the promotions, salary raises, and of course, just have a lot more enjoyment from being in that leadership role and getting the recognition and respect that they deserve. So let's dive into this topic today because I've had a couple of calls this week already on how they were just like, you know what? Something's going to shift, but I don't know quite what. I know that I'm ready for that next director, that next VP role. And yet somehow I'm waiting in line, but everybody seems to go past me. And one woman shared with me, she's like, even the ones that are less, in my opinion, are less qualified, have less experience, they're still getting promoted ahead of me. So if you're one of those women that's like, well, I'm doing all the work, I'm creating all the strategies, I am taking ownership, and I'm really good at execution, but when it comes time to get a promotion, when it comes time to talk about that next level leadership role, your name doesn't even come up. So here's something I want to give you as a thought process, because I know that a lot of us are looking. It's June. This is why this is my topic for June. Really, is going to be about creating your game plan for your career growth, creating the game plan for your next move. Now, if you are yourself are like, well, hey, Kim, I'm just in a role. I'm really excited about it, or I'm really happy where I am. I'm not really looking to grow any further. This video can still be very useful for you because it's all about how to position yourself. And this is going to be useful whether or not you're going for promotion or you simply want to become even more effective as a leader in your role. Now, as it's June, I just said that, and I know that. However, let's talk about the fact that we're all probably looking forward or counting down to school holidays, right? Summer holidays are just around the corner. They're so close. You can count the Fridays until your school holidays are going to be here, and or even just general summer holidays. Now, I want to ask you something. And you don't have to pop it in the chat or anything, but of course you're welcome to if you like. But I want you to consider, how much time have you spent already planning out your summer holidays? And okay, I will say I'm a little bit of an odd duckman in terms of my summer holidays. I don't like to be tied down to something. So I plan usually fairly last minute. But there are so many friends and colleagues and family that plan their holidays, like they start planning their summer holidays in November and December. I had one friend who was just like, I get home for my summer holidays and I pull out the holiday books to start planning for next year already. So she's spending a lot of time planning her summer holidays. But when it came time, I started to talk to her about like, well, like, I hear a lot of frustration about your work. I hear a lot of frustration of like, your promotion isn't coming. there was never any planning done for that next career move. There's no planning done for positioning herself and how she wanted to lead in the coming quarter, 6 months, next year, 2 years. So if you find yourself going, oh man, I'm one of those. I've spent more time planning out my summer holiday that's coming up than anything with regards to my career. You're not alone. So here's something that I want to share with you. And I want you, and I get it if you're tired, because like I said, I spoke to 2 women yesterday, incredible women leaders, smart, they're driven, they're already in those senior level roles. We're almost just about there, but both of them are tired of trying to guess of like, what am I supposed to do to get recognition? How do I speak in such a way that I don't bore people, or that they kind of their eyes glaze over and they see me as a great person to call in when it needs to be executed, but not when it comes to having the conversation around what is the strategy? Where are we going to go? And of course, also, you might be feeling the same thing. It's like wondering, well, there must be something wrong with them, or they must be the problem that it's not working. And I'm here to tell you, you are not the problem. But the lack of strategy, the lack of a game plan, the lack of any type of planning is. And we can't, or I should say, you can't wait for until September, until after the summer holidays to figure it out. Because this is something that, especially around those times, like, oh, you know what? It's such a busy rush to get into the summer. We got to make sure I've got everything put out, like, everything sorted out before I go on holidays. And then it's going to be a rush when I come back. Here's the problem. There's always going to be a rush. There's always going to be a lot of work to get done. So you cannot wait until September, because if you wait until September, you are already too late. And the fact that you might also be hoping, you know what, Kim, I've got some really fantastic results. They are going to speak for themselves. Mm-mm. As one of the women that I spoke to yesterday, she's like, other people take credit for my wins. I have fantastic wins. She's like, but somebody else went and took credit for it. How did that happen? Well, you waited in order for hoping that someone's going to say like, hey, look at that. You did a great job. And you also can definitely not rely on your leaders, on your manager or your boss to do your career planning for you, because either they're going to career plan it so that it's to their advantage, or they're just not going to do it at all. So let's talk about that promotion that you would like to achieve, whether that is in Q3, Q4, or even in Q1 of 2026. The decisions about that are happening now. They are not happening in September. They're not happening after your vacation. So really, the question that I have for you today, what is the game plan for the rest of 2025? Because if you don't have a game plan, if you don't have a strategy, nothing is going to change. You are going to have the same result you have now in 6 months and a year from now. Now, here's where I want to give you a quick invitation, because inside the Leadership Accelerator, I don't just talk about this confidence and mindset and those, the more the behind the scenes items, but I talk about and give you strategies. We build strategic visibility. We make sure that we create a pathway for you to your promotion, and we create the momentum so that you don't kind of fall short, or you don't kind of stall out when the workload gets heavy. And I'll be even honest, I will also start to really create a way of getting your time back, because I have those strategies. Those strategies are available inside the accelerator, and you're not here to do it on your own. So if you're interested in more of that, then I want you to DM me accelerator. So DM me accelerator, and I will get you some more other details for that. Or you can also join me next week for a live let's brainstorm, where I'm going to share some of those exact moves that a lot of these women are making before you go on summer holidays and before this promotion window closes. So if you want in on that, DM me the word brainstorm and I'm going to send you the details. Now, let's really talk about also, again, I just want to highlight a few of these things. Your work is not going to speak for itself. So when it comes to you're doing really great work, like one of the women leaders shared yesterday, she's being recognized as a fantastic executioner. She is great when things need to get done. She is the first name on their mind. But when it comes to those strategic decisions, those strategic conversations, she's nowhere to be found. She's never invited. So this is part of the game plan for this quarter when you're looking to get promoted, is how do you start positioning yourself more strategically. Position yourself in a way that others can start to see that you have more capability than simply being a great fixer, being a great doer, being a great person who executes the strategy. A second piece of this that is very essential is also making sure that you're getting seen at different levels, and you're also building a circle of advocates and champions for you over the course of the summer. And let me tell you, the summer the summer is fantastic, because for a lot of industries and a lot of businesses, and I know this is not true across the board, so there are going to be industries that now is really the busy time, but for a lot of organizations, when those summer months start to hit in June, July, August, things slow down, which means there's more time on the calendar for a lot of senior leaders, for a lot of executives. And that is a fantastic time to take advantage of that extra time by starting to connect and reach out and build those advocates and those mentors and those champions. Of course, there are ways of doing that. And I have got proven strategies inside the accelerator for that. And the last piece that you can start looking at in terms of how do you position yourself is looking at what is it that you're doing so that you can start to really get focused on the work that is going to deliver impact versus the work that is keeping you busy and unseen. And I just want to, again, extend this invitation, because it breaks my heart when I talk to women leaders and they're just like, oh my God, Kim, like, I don't know what I could do anymore. And maybe I'm just not cut out to be a leader. Maybe I'm not cut out for that next leadership step. Yes, you are. You are cut out for it. You are not the problem. It is how you are perceived, how you are seen, and how you've positioned yourself in your organization. So here's my invitation for you. Two different ones. The first one, of course, if you want your own personalized roadmap and all the support, proven strategies that are going to move the needle, that are going to get you in position for those promotion conversations in the next quarter, then I want you to DM me Accelerator and I will share the details to that. So this is where you get a personalized roadmap on how you can become the leader that your management, your leaders, your executives turn to first. Or here's your second invitation as well. You can join me next week for a live brainstorm. Yeah, this is a brainstorm I do live. It's always in a small setting, so you will get some real space and time with me, where I'm going to walk you through the exact moves that you can make now before this promotion window closes. So again, drop either in the comments or DM me brainstorm, and I'll send you over those details. Because let's be honest, you don't need to wait another quarter to have another wait and see quarter that isn't delivering the results that you want, even though you're delivering great results for your organization. And you need a visibility strategy, and you want a visibility strategy that is going to match your ambition and your goals and is actually going to get you to the end bit there. So I would love to know, as always, you can slide into my DMs, ask me any questions you've got. I'm happy to answer questions there. And at times I bring the questions into a live training like this. And if you know of a woman leader who could use this message, of course, feel free to tag them, share this training with them. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Have a great day.